What's up guys, this is Flash. In the video I'm going to be talking about the collapse of 2020, so stay tuned. What's up guys, I had to interrupt the video and I do apologise. I just wanted to let you guys in on a little secret. The Flash Forward day trading course is out now. If you're interested to learn how to trade stocks the correct way, check the link out below guys. God bless. So it's important I just kind of start this video by explaining the stock market is nearly impossible to read. Especially now. I don't know what the hell is going on. It doesn't really make a lot of sense to me and I've been trying to wrap my head around it, but then I have to go back and remember the kind of rules I put in place for my students during the Flash Forward course is, you know, we can't understand the whole market, so let's not try. But I've just been trying to understand it so much, especially after this whole pandemic and the kind of market collapse and stuff like that. It doesn't really make a lot of sense, and I'm going to be going into it why. First of all, I'm bearish on the overall market right now. So that means I'm, looking at the market to collapse, and I think I'm not one of the only ones. Now there is people out there saying, bull market, bull market, bull market. But here's why. 90% of businesses are closed throughout the world and have no revenue or income coming in. Yes, the stock market pulled back hugely. But my issue is, how is the stocks rising? And it doesn't make sense. I mean, airlines are starting to recover. They don't have any planes in the sky. They're either running at losses or have no revenue whatsoever. So, I mean, there's endless amount of stock that I'm looking at that's trying to recover, which doesn't make a lot of sense. Obviously, the realistic companies like Zoom, PayPal, Tesla's, Facebook's, they're all going to do super well. Netflix, people are all at home. So you kind of look at your due diligence that way. But I mean, 90% of the companies have no earnings and are reporting huge losses, but the stock is rising. So it doesn't make sense to me. Like, unemployment levels are, 6 million people in the US alone, kind of last week or last month, signed onto the unemployment alone. So, I mean, the levels of unemployment around the world are skyrocketing. Usually before a recession, they wait for 2 quarters of unemployment levels to reach a certain point before they class it as a recession. Well, we've already went into recession last month, and it hasn't even been the first quarter when they announced it. So, I mean, it's crazy. This kind of goes back to what I go over in the Flash Forward course and what I teach the students is, let's focus on what the chart is giving us. Okay? So, although, I'm trying to kind of predict what's happening in the market, it's impossible. No one can. That's just my opinion. But going back to the very basics of what I teach is, let's just read what the chart is telling us. So remove the overall mindset like me that you're bullish or bearish, and stop trying to predict and make millions from the market. It's very unrealistic. Let's just kind of read what the chart is telling us. Okay, if the chart is bullish or bearish during the time we're trading, well, let's trade like that. Let's trade off the patterns we know how to trade and we're successful trading, instead of trying to predict the collapse. Like, the amount of people right now reaching out to getting into day trading is absolutely insane. The sole reason is because everybody's at home. I work from home anyway the last 3 years or so it makes no difference to me. But the amount of people at home who are in big jobs that either got let go or are just on leave during the pandemic, so people are realizing I need to start having more of an income rather than just doing my 40 hours for my boss and then he just lets me go and that's it. I have no income. So people have to start educating themselves. Now is the time to do so when the market is in such a volatile state. So I did do a video of the stock market's booming. I didn't mean like we're hitting all-time highs. I meant the volatility is crazy, and as day traders, that's what we need to make money, is the volatility and the pile into the stock market. The stock market's going nowhere, guys. Okay, it's been around for hundreds of years. It ain't going anywhere. So we need to learn how to day trade now to capitalize on this volatility that we're coming into. Especially in a market decline, is one of the most profitable times to be a day trader. Because remember, we're not swing trading massive companies, for a year-long hold. We're just in and out in days, or we're holding the swing trade for possibly a week, 2 weeks. So that's how we're making our money. It doesn't matter if it's collapsing or booming. We're here to make money, and that's what we do. My tip for the stock market collapse is kind of going back what I said is, we'll never beat the stock market. It's impossible to beat it. So let's not try beat it. Let's just try go over the kind of successful patterns that we teach. Focus on what the pattern is telling us. get in and get out of our trades and make our money that way. It's the only profitable way to make money in a decline, and not unless we don't want to be holding the stock for, like I said, a year or two. It's fine to have a side portfolio to do so. I'd recommend doing that as well. But to have that as your kind of sole income, whether you're full-time day trader, it's impossible for you to hold a stock now and not see a return for a year, because we need to have constant returns as day traders. So I mean, the styles are endless, but the main focus of this video was focus on what the market's telling you in terms of patterns, whether it's bullish or bearish. Don't try to understand it. That's my top tip. Guys, I want to thank you so much for your support. Please hit like and subscribe. If you do want to get started in day trading, there is a link downstairs. Go check it out. Once again, guys, good night and God bless. Making $100,000. Characters I met along the way that stepped in and are a big part of my story. There, so stay tuned.